All right, YouTube, it's time to get back into these reactions, man. If it looked like I just woke up, it's because I just did. It took me a nice nap. Well, let's do it, man. I came across this video right here. It says fit versus fat. What defines health? We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to skip through.
If you see me, you consider me obese?
I wouldn't say that you're obese, but it's like medically,
So,
you know.
so like for
So
example,
you're medically obese, though?
No,
Yes.
I've been medically obese since I was like 12, and I was not obese.
Okay. She looked pregnant, or is she just fat? Whoa. She ain't had to do all that. Fat. Yeah.
Welcome back to Middle Ground. I'm John. I host the Radical Empathy podcast, and I'll be moderating today's discussion between fit women and fat women. And a friendly reminder, if you are writing a hate comment, you are part of the problem. Our first prompt is, your physique is in your control.
Oh, okay.
Will the agreeers please step forward?
That's a good start.
She has a question.
I have a question. When you mean physique,
Oh
can you
my
specify like what
gosh.
exactly are you trying to?
I think physique is like the shape and size of your body. Why were you hesitating?
Because, you know, there's a lot of different illnesses around. So I have family members that have like thyroids and they can't gain weight or they can't lose weight. But I think that they can manage to stay at a place that's gonna be healthy for them. To me, personally, I do feel like I can be at a better place. I'm working on it, and that's my goal. So.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think that definitely people have ailments, there's different diseases and all that, but I think at the end of the day, what you can do, the best physical peak for your personal body is in your hands. You may not look like someone you want to look like, your ideal situation, but you can optimize your body to be the highest performance that you think that you can get to.
When I first started working out, I lost 60 pounds, and that included just counting calories. I didn't have to work out as hard. I did the treadmill. I went at an incline, and I just walked the whole time, watching a movie and just walked. I just made healthier choices, and I've been mindful about what I put inside my body.
Like you put in that effort, right? You made those conscious decisions
Exactly.
to walk on the treadmill, count your calories. You were super exact with
It's in your
everything, and that's
control.
how both of you guys were able to lose so much weight, right? So your physique is 100% in your
It's in your
control.
control.
It's just that nobody wants to put the effort in.
Yeah,
Just so we
so
can
I
invite
agree.
the disagreeers, that's a great point to bring in our disagreeers.
I agree.
Whoever wants to pick up where we just left off.
So while of course there are aspects that I think you can control about your physique, I think there are more things that are out of your control. Like it is so much more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat like crap. If I go to the grocery store,
Like she just said, putting in the effort. Yeah, it may be more money or more expensive to eat healthy, but like, it don't mean you can't do it. It don't mean that it's out of your control. You could do it if you really want to do it. That's what it comes down to.
I
If
just
you
want to
really
buy a bunch of frozen meals. That's going to be so much cheaper than me going and
That's
buying
your
fresh
problem.
produce and fresh fruit and everything.
I disagree.
I feel like the reason she's saying that too, I don't mean to keep pausing. The reason she's saying that too is because buying frozen foods is easy to cook, so it's a convenience. Throw it in the microwave, throw it in the oven real quick, warm it up for 10, 15 minutes, boom, eat it. Like, it's just more of a convenience, so of course, you don't want to put the effort.
I disagree too.
Why do you disagree?
The prepackaged foods, the frozen ones, way more expensive. I've been on a budget, you know, eternally. I always save money by just going to the grocery store and buying ingredients.
I agree with you on that, but I can go get a frozen meal sometimes for $1.50, $2, where if I want to cook a whole meal, like depending on what all the ingredients I'm getting, that could be $10.
So you'll get more.
Yes, but
That just
still, you
sounds
have
like
to think from people
laziness.
who have like no money and they're thinking like, oh, I can get.
I've had no money. I've had $12
that's an excuse
for a
for it.
week's amount of food.
I hear both. I think that you definitely, in the short-term mindset, it is cheaper. You
Yeah.
go to a fast food restaurant, they have like
some
a dollar
veggies
menu. I
on
think they
there.
even increased the dollar menu now.
Fat
So,
veggies.
which is
$2
crazy.
menu.
Yeah, $2 menu. So that's valid, I think, but I think it's killing us in the long term. Like it's like that short dopamine effect, the dopamine where you're like, oh, I just need something right now.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue.
I also did want to, just touch on other than like food costs, like there's also privilege when it comes to like having time to cook stuff.
Definitely,
Like if you work a
100%,
full-time job, if you have kids and stuff, a lot of the time it's just easier. You don't have the time and energy. Like I enjoy cooking, but it's a lot of work sometimes. And it's much easier for me to just like go through the drive-through. And then also privilege when it comes to like your mental health. when you are depressed, when you're struggling to even like get through the day, it can be really hard to have that motivation to eat well, to move your body and stuff. So for then when people are like, oh, well, why aren't you working out? It's like, dude, I can barely even get out of bed. So like, please stop with that.
I could get that, but there's only so much. At a certain point, you got to take accountability for yourself. Like, I'm going to be real. Right before I started this video, I'm sitting here in front of my laptop, my monitor, and I'm like, dang, bruh. In the back of my head, I want to do some reactions, but at the same time, I'm just too lazy to load it up, open OBS, find a video, click play. Like, I'm in my head thinking it's like, dang, I could do this right now if I really want to, but something is stopping me. I don't know if it's the procrastination. I don't know if I'm just lazy right now. And then I really thought about it. I'm like, bro, you're going to look back a week from now or a few days from now and be like, dang, I wish I recorded when I had the time to record. Or I wish I made the video when I had the time to make the video. So all it really comes down to is your willingness, like the Asian girl on the other side said, to put in effort. If you don't want to put in effort, that's on you. You have to make that decision in your head to be like, yo, I know it's going to be a little hard, but I have to put in a little bit of effort just to get through it. And then when you start doing it, then you realize like, dang, it's not even as hard as I thought it was or how I was feeling it was going to be before I started. So it's like, you just got to, come on, bro. You just got to put in effort,
I
bro.
just wanted to say that I didn't step forward because I have PCOS and I just recently got diagnosed with it. So with PCOS, it's so much more difficult for me to lose the weight and control what I want my physique to look like. It's just so much harder. It's not impossible, but it is.
We can fix it.
It's something
and we
that
can
can
fix
be
it.
fixed.
PCOS, we can fix
Sorry
it. So.
to cut y'all off, but Bria, I just wanted to hear from you.
The question, like, your body is in your control, I just think it is not 100% in your control. To say it's like black and white, you can change it or you
We're
can't.
going to skip ahead,
It's just
though.
crazy.
I'm going to get to this part right here where it says most played. Let's see what this topic was about. What was the question?
Let's get back.
I have taken a weight loss drug. Will the agreeers please step forward?
I guess everybody's perfect.
I'm like trying to see like what do we define as drug?
Just
I think we're talking about the
Like
weight-
Ozempic?
Pills
Yeah,
or
wait. Well, any
Like diet pills?
drug that you've taken.
Any drug, yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, come on in. Let's hear your
Real
story.
quick before they say something. Something I've noticed is, I guess just growing up at least, like when I was in high school, girls that was fat when I was in high school with them, after high school, like, you know, people start smoking weed and shit, I realized the weed made a lot of people skinny. But I also realized the weed made a lot of people fat. So I wonder what factor was playing with weed to cause, you know, either people losing weight or gaining weight.
I have used weight loss drugs before I knew the power of them in college, and that you could get them over the counter, but they were incredibly strong. Probably needed to be controlled at that time, but I don't know. I was so obsessed with my body size. I've pretty much my whole life, and that's just the culture, American culture that I was raised in and lived in, and so I would try drastic means, and I've done things that would just get you super wired. Even as an adult, once I figured out how to eat, I gained the weight back during the lockdown, like a lot of people did, and I go, gosh darn, I was so upset, and I took a prescription weight loss drug that was prescribed by a doctor, and I was able to drop the weight quickly. I used it as a biohack. I used it short term just to get the weight off, because once the weight is off, now it's on you. You have to know how to eat.
So this is more recently.
Yep, and this is absolutely recent.
Was
too.
it like Ozempic, something like that?
Phentermine. You can get it prescribed. It's a controlled substance. It's hardcore, but it takes the thought process out of your mind. That thing, that monster that always tells you you're gonna get your next serotonin kick by that food, and you're hyper-focused on eating, and it takes that monster, it stops talking. So now, when the monster stops talking, you go, I can control this. I can make changes in my lifestyle in order to make healthier decisions to to keep the weight off that I just lost with this drug, and yeah.
I was so desperate to lose weight. I was like on TikTok scrolling through, and like they were sharing like, oh, this drug does this and this is that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just blindly buy this thing, and showed up at
Do
a
you know
horrible
kind of
time
what
for
kind
me.
of drug it was?
It was a pill that I took, and it like suppressed my want to eat food. But it also like had some really bad side effects. Like when I would eat, I would feel sick after, and I realized like, oh, I'm feeling horrible all the time and having this energy low and like just feeling physically sick.
How long were you on it?
I was on it for 2 months maybe.
Did you lose weight?
I lost some weight, but as soon as I got off of it, I gained all of that weight back.
Yeah.
I
You
gained
have
it
to know what to
all
do
back.
once you're there. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. It was
Yeah.
like the crutch, and like you just relied on it so much, and then once it was gone, you had to do your own thing, and
You have to figure it out.
you had to figure it out. And the pill was doing all that for you, and then for me, I gained more weight than I lost when I was on it.
I'm not gonna lie. I've heard, a lot of people taking like pills to lose weight. Me personally, I don't think it's a good idea because, like she said, there's a lot of side effects that come with that. Like one of them, she said she's feeling sick. From what I know about certain ones, they block like certain processes in the body that your body naturally needs. So if she was feeling sick, it probably was blocking like some type of neuropath where she is hungry, like her body needs food, but the drug is blocking that pathway for her to actually want to go and eat. So then her body is now being hungry, which is making her feel sick, and then making her feel all these different ways. So like that's the thing about pills, like, and then like she said, when she did lose the weight, and she got off of it, she gained all the weight right back. So that's the thing, like you got to know how to maintain the weight, or you have to learn how to maintain the weight you get to once you get there. You can't just expect the drug to help you lose weight and help you stay at that weight. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like there's more cons than pros to going the weight loss drug path.
Our disagreeers.
So I've heavily considered taking Ozempic, but I've decided not to
Ozempic.
because
I know y'all know that commercial.
you either have to stay on that drug long term to keep those effects, or if you get off of it, most people are going to gain the weight back. So I'm no longer interested in anything that is not a complete lifestyle change. Like for me, I have
gotta be a
learned over the
lifestyle.
years that
That's
I
the
would
word.
prefer to be fat and
Lifestyle
happy than thin and miserable. So like right now, I'm just trying to, eat less processed food.
For real?
Stay away from like sodas and stuff for the most part. But I will never count calories, like,
Why?
or because to me that leads to disordered eating habits.
For you?
For you, yeah.
For me
That's
personally,
real.
yes. I'm not talking for everybody. I'm not talking for everybody, but for me personally, and I do think for a lot of people, it can lead to disordered eating.
Kind of circling back to the topic about taking weight loss drugs. Hell no, I would never take no weight loss drug. Like I worked really hard for my body, and I'm like a very big believer in that phrase. Like if you wanted to, you could. Wouldn't you be so much happier if you lost the weight and you look back on it and it was like, yeah, like I did that.
Because that
You know,
works.
like that was 100% all me. I didn't need no help. I didn't need no cheat codes. Like this was the work that I put in, and I got the results that I wanted.
And that was the mindset that I wish that I had before I took the drugs.
Yeah.
Because like I was super naive. I was like 18 years old,
Right.
and I had no knowledge about anything. And I was looking for a quick fix because all these people were telling me, "Oh, you need to lose weight. You need to do this." And that was in my own household. So it was my family telling
Right.
me this, along with my friends and everything like that.
It's a lifestyle change ultimately. These are tools that you can utilize, but if you are not changing your lifestyle to go with it, then what will happen forth?
Right.
And so I think that's really ultimately what it is. If you're not ready to
100%.
commit to the lifestyle change, using these tools is not going to help you.
When people do these quote unquote shortcuts, a lot of the time, like mentally, they're not there. So they lose the weight and then they're still like,
Not fixing the problem.
exactly. It was like, it was this quick fix. And now that it's you know, they get off it, like everything mentally, like that they were at when they were at a bigger weight is still there because
Like-
they didn't put in that mental work, like doing it on their own.
For
Yeah,
example,
we gotta reset. Sorry, the next one. I'm getting the signal.
I think I'm gonna cut the video here. That was some good talking points. One thing I do want to say though is I've been skinny my whole life by the grace of God. But one thing I do know and I've learned is that you have to put your body through intermediate fasting. And for me at least, when I say intermediate fasting, I mean like one morning you wake up, don't eat breakfast. Afternoon come, don't eat lunch. Dinner time come, okay, then you eat. Like, you don't have to eat 3 meals a day every single day. That is a lie that America feeds to us through, like, you know, growing up, going to school. We get breakfast in the morning, then we get lunch. If you go to after school program, you get dinner. Like, these are just lies that they fed to us since we've been children growing up to the point that when we are adults, we think we have to eat 3 times a day. And then including snacks, like, I know me eating Gushers and candy is not good for me. I know that. Candy is not good. Like she was saying, she tries to stay away from sodas, processed foods, stuff like that. I know that for myself too. So like I'll have cheat days where I'm still eating candy or I'm eating chips. But like I know when enough is enough because you have to know your body. You have to know when you're doing too much or you're consuming too much of bad stuff. Another thing too is, and I always get this, I got this quote from Karate Kid when Jackie Chan said it to Jaden Smith. He said, too much good stuff is bad stuff. So like, it also gets to a certain point on the other aspect of like, if you're eating really good all the time and you're I guess, counting your calories all the time and you're just perfectly doing everything, too much good stuff is also bad. You have to kind of give your body a balance. You can't be too perfect all the time. But I don't know. That's just something I thought I'll add in. Yeah, there was some good talking points in here. This was a good video. But let's get into some more videos here. And yes, sir, they do it. Oh, shoot.